So thank you guys for joining and नरेंद्र थैंक यू फॉर यू टू कि तुमने टाइम निकाला अपनी बिजी लाइफ से। और मैं पहले एक वॉक थ्रू दे देता हूँ कि हाउ वी विल प्रोसीड ऑन दिस पॉडकास्ट, देन
Okay.
स्टेज इज योर्स। ओके,
Okay.
सो
Great.
जनरली इन स्टार्ट आई विल इंट्रोड्यूस योर सेल्फ कि वॉट यू डू, हाउ आई नो यू। उसके बाद stage is yours, you can explain your journey in in the detail that you are comfortable.
Okay.
After that, I will have a fun round, fun activity. I will show some pictures of you, of us, and you have to simply guess the year. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
And after that, I have few questions that I have received over Instagram. We will discuss those. And after that, we will discuss the questions with audience. I will open the forum for them. Okay. So
Okay.
let me introduce Narendra Singh, guys. So right now he is working as a senior consultant at Infosys. So how I know Narendra? So we both are childhood friend. Uh, नरेंद्र को मैं स्कूल डेज से ही जानता हूँ, आई थिंक 7th क्लास से। एंड आई स्टिल रिमेम्बर नरेंद्र, हमारा फर्स्ट एनकाउंटर, मैं सी सेक्शन में था एंड यू वर इन ए सेक्शन।
Yeah.
और मेरा ट्रांसफर हुआ सी से ए में। जब मैं क्लास में एंटर हुआ, टीचर ने मुझको बोला जाओ जाके लास्ट में बैठ जाओ। और जब मैं लास्ट में गया तो वहां पे नरेंद्र बैठा हुआ था एंड ही वॉज नॉट लेटिंग मी टू सिट नेक्स्ट टू हिम। सो आफ्टर सम डिस्कशन ही एग्रीड। और उसके बाद धीरे धीरे हम फ्रेंड बने। 8th 9th तो निकल गया, 10th 11th में वी बिकेम क्लोज फ्रेंड एंड आफ्टर दैट रेस्ट इज हिस्ट्री। और अभी तक हम कनेक्टेड हैं। आफ्टर दैट लाइक से he went to college and he picked up the IT branch। और मैं CS लेना चाहता था, बट अगेन नरेंद्र की IT थी, सो मैंने भी IT ही ली कि भाई मुझे भी IT ही लेना है। Okay. So after that, he moved to Accenture, then TCS, then right now he is working at Infosys. He is doing very good job in his life. So congratulations, Narendra. And
Thank
the
you.
thing I like about him is his discipline, how punctual he is about his time. Since his like school days, he like say he used to fix things prior to happening, जो मुझसे कभी नहीं हो पाता। आई एम वेरी बिग प्रोकास्टिनेटर, बट नरेंद्र हर चीज का टाइम सेट करता है और उस हिसाब से लाइक ही ड्राइव्स द टाइम। सो दैट्स अ वेरी गुड थिंग अबाउट हिम। एंड सो नरेंद्र, नाउ स्टेज इज योर्स। अपनी जर्नी कैसे तुमने लाइक से कॉलेज के बाद पहली जॉब क्रैक की, उसके बाद एसेंचर में तुम कैसे फिट हुए, फिर तुम टीसीएस गए, वहां से इन्फोसिस गए। सो ऑल दोज जर्नी, तुम्हारे अप्स एंड डाउन्स, सो दैट वो एक्सपीरियंस बाकी लोग यूज करके अपनी लाइफ में और आगे जाएं। सो स्टेज इज योर्स।
Okay. Thanks, Rahul, for reminding me the old memory school. Yeah, that was
थैंक यू
great.
थैंक यू।
Okay. So, okay, from college, I started my college, from Dehradun. So, my college is Tier 3 college tha, and my college was quite new. So, I think we were the second batch which will pass out from that college. And as the college was new, so I think it was good. So I got the placement from that college, but that was company was from Chandigarh, I believe, and it was quite a startup or not known that much time. But my senior told us that you can come to Bangalore. Here we will have lot of opportunity as compared to my hometown, that is in Dehradun. Then with me, with my friends, my college friend, we were three friends. We came to Bangalore, and here, uh, first initial 2 3 months, we gave walk-ins here in Bangalore. But I feel nowadays we have more opportunities like in Pune, Hyderabad, Chennai, and I can see after COVID, uh, people are getting a remote job only. So that is great thing. But going to the back, again to my journey. So in Bangalore, in the walk-ins, there were a lot of crowds. This is how is same. I think the if you follow this concept, same people will be there. So this is how it is. And that time we have this online also, litmus and one more MCAT, if I'm not wrong. So I got that time I got two offers, one from Huawei, that smartphone company, and one from Accenture. So Huawei, I got the offer from walk-in interview. So there were crowd around 3,000, 4,000. There was college, Bangalore College. So we went there. There was first round, second round, like that. And for Accenture, I got from litmus exam. So they have some like some give the that time that was often exam. You need to go to college, some college. So Alvin
Okay.
College was in Bangalore. You have to correct some exam. There were three types like problem solving. Yeah, they have some curriculum over there. I don't know if they are following the same concept now, but that time it was that it used to be. And if you after 70 percent, if I'm not wrong, if you crack that much of score, they will call you for multiple. Like, give me a couple of I know, but after Accenture, but I was good that I have two offer now. I can join any of them, and their joining is almost same. I asked my senior with which company I should proceed with. Either is Accenture. So that time he told, see, if you in your early stage of life you need to do hard work and work more, and this thing your work will be more as comparing this Huawei. So and if you go to the Accenture, then you will enjoy your life. This is how it is. And my
Okay.
friend, my friends also, going to the Accenture only. So this is how I
Hmm.
thought maybe I will do the Accenture only. This is how,
Got it.
and surprisingly, I stayed 8 year over there. So it's
That
not like that.
amazing, Narendra. Yeah.
So it's not like that. If I look back, I can see I got four promotion in 8 years. So in every one and
Hmm.
half or 2 year, I will get promoted, and means I was getting what I want. So it's not like I was.
Got it.
So if you are getting what you want in the company, so I think that's fine. It's not like
Yeah, right. It's
I was in the same position. So it was in every 2 year I was in promotion. So it was great. So in my projects, colleague were fine. So this is how. And for first company, still is same like that. If you are there, is memories, friends. So this is how I. And then when but I later down the line, I feel that maybe I will need to move on. Then I joined
okay.
TCS. Then currently I'm associated with Infosys. And from past 1.5 year, I'm with Infosys.
That's great, Narendra. So, your experience in Accenture was like, say, amazing. You stayed 8 years. That's a very, like, say, very good amount of time.
Yeah,
Uh, I also stayed in a company for around 7 years.
yeah.
So, I know that feeling, how it feels. So, can you, like, say, describe your experience in Accenture, like the things you learned there? Apart from promotion, what was one thing that motivated you to stay in Accenture?
So being in MNC, you will, apart from the work-life balance, you will have more, exposure to the things which you are not, in college. If you move to the MNCs just after the college, you will feel like it's great. Wow, this is the things where the IT bloom or IT life you will feel. And we, apart from the Friday, parties, we will have a team which are, distributed across the nations, and we will have, although I didn't get the onset opportunity, but I was seeing that that was also the case. So you will get these kind of perks, and let's say twags, and they will have this kind of sports where they will keep you go fun Fridays, and let's say uh, do you event every 3 months or 1 month you will have party. So this is how, apart from my work, and we made a good colleagues over there. I feel not a good. Those are my still friends. I spent a good amount over there. So I feel those are the memories I have
Got
through
it.
the receipt.
So Narendra, there is one question from the audience.
Hmm.
So basically, what he wants to know that I think he's also from Accenture, and his manager is very strict. Like, uh,
So it's not about things. It's about every
mhm,
company. Every company you'll join, they will have different kind of project and your manager. You don't have any option when you join any project. Right? You have to be. So initially, at the starting point of your career, at least during our time, once they will push you on some project, so you have to be part of that, although they will give flexibility that you can choose one or two project. If you don't, then they will,
mm,
they will there will be some
and
carrot you will carries. But
mm,
manager is upon your, it's not about uh, I, I will not say that every manager is like that, but you will that he I saw that thing is very strict. Is, I think for me at least it was good, so I didn't feel that. I feel that my manager helped me in the initial career of my life. This is how he used to assign me work, and this he used to tell. And if usually if you join from MNCs to directly, so you will even basic things, how to write the mails or the small things. So he will just guide us, my TL and my
mm.
manager. This is how it will be. So
So how
initially,
was
hmm,
your manager, Narendra?
it was good. It was supporting. So I think if someone is staying that much of time, so that indirectly means their colleague and their
Mm.
office, their manager is good.
So,
That's why it's because people they because of during because of these business only.
so I have also a perspective, Narendra. So
Hmm.
जब हम जब हम कैरियर में ग्रो हो जाते हैं ना, तब
Hmm.
चीजें हमारे लिए आसान हो जाती हैं.
Hmm.
बट फॉर एग्जाम्पल कोई बंदा अभी स्टार्ट कर रहा है और उसको कोई स्ट्रिक्ट पर्सन मिल जाता है तो उसके लिए मुश्किल हो जाता है.
Hmm.
तो उसमें घबराने की जरूरत नहीं है. अपने
Hmm.
आप को उस तरफ रख के देखो. तुम्हारे
Hmm.
मैनेजर पे तुमसे ज्यादा रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी होती है.
Correct. Correct.
ठीक है. अगर वो स्ट्रिक्ट है तो किसी रीजन की वजह से स्ट्रिक्ट है. तुम
Hmm.
उसको हेल्प करो उसके गोल अचीव करने में. वो जो चाहता
Hmm.
है उसको दे दो भाई. ठीक है.
Hmm.
ज्यादा से ज्यादा वो तुमको क्या बोल रहा होगा, अपडेट मांग रहा होगा, मांगने से पहले बता दो. ठीक है. इट्स वेरी इजी. ठीक है. डू ओवर कम्युनिकेशन. वो तुमसे कुछ बोले उससे पहले ही तुम अपनी चीजें उसे बता दो. 1 महीने तक तुम ये फॉलो करो, उसका ट्रस्ट गेन करो, फिर देखो तुम्हारी लाइफ इजी हो जाती है. सब गेम ट्रस्ट का होता है. इफ योर मैनेजर ट्रस्ट यू कि भाई मैंने XYZ को एक काम दिया है, वो काम कर लेगा,
Hmm.
तो बस काम खत्म.
Correct. Correct.
ओके.
So yeah.
सो
So
गॉट इट नरेंद्र.
hmm. Yeah.
So let's move on. We will take these questions after some time. So when you move to TCS, so what what were the things that you do to crack a job in TCS?
Okay.
Like from starting from applying and getting an interview call, how was the interview experience?
Okay. So for TCS, it's like I'm still not able to calculate from where I got the interview call. It was whether it was
Mhm.
Naukri or my friend referral. So still that is not sure on that
No
part.
worry. Okay.
So there it's feel like all the service-based companies in India, they follow the kind of same pattern
Mhm.
for the experienced people. So they will have first round of technical, second they will go for second round of technical, then they will have a
Hmm.
HR round, then sometimes they go for the managerial round also. That is option. So HR or manager is not that kind of where they will dig you that much whether you are not technical or that much. For technical, I feel that apart from the hands-on, so definitely you should have the hands-on for the
Mhm.
experienced person I'm talking about. And what currently you are working on. Let's say you are working on a project XYZ, you should know in and out of your project what technology you are using, what is the flow, what is the architecture, how is the flow in the data, which
Got it.
database, means which technology you are using. Let's say they will ask if let's say I'm working on the C Sharp, what is the current version of C Sharp is going on, do you know the latest feature? So they just want to know, are you eager with this technology or not? So these kind of things
Hmm.
they discuss. So I think if you know your project how is going, and your basic concept are is common between the fresher and the experienced person. So we should know that much. So that will help you. So being in that, and
Yes.
if you know these things, so it's just like the discussion which we are having currently right now. This is
Hmm.
same discussion. They will ask some question. How is
Same.
the same thing? For the more experience will go, this is how it will be.
Yes, Narendra, agree with you because see, interview is just a discussion,
Correct.
and if you are confident and you know what you do, then you don't have to worry about like other
Hmm.
stuff. Simply go and like simply discuss things with him because if like say if you are able to understand what the interviewer is saying, sometimes that helps you to clear the interview rather than like say spending lot of time solving unnecessary questions. So yeah, be confident and yeah, like say understand your project and things will be smooth. So Narendra, talking about TCS, what was your work in TCS? Like what kind of work you do in TCS?
Okay, so I'm a backend developer, and my
Mm-hmm.
current project we follow this agile. So we do have the sprint for So we know when the sprint start, we know what tasks will coming to us and what we need to do. So we will give the time like 2 weeks. So we need to complete during that frame.
Okay.
Let's say there's a page we need to add some functionality over there. So we will work on it. This is how the daily life. Sometimes we'll face the issue, then we'll work with the other team
Hmm.
testing to how the current.
So okay. So the work that you told, basically, if you tell us in detail, like
Hmm.
is it API development or say some logic management, server management,
No, no, no.
or
So
like
if
exactly what kind of work
okay, okay.
so that other people can relate, like say if they go into TCS, this is the work they will do.
So again, it's always depend on your project and what types
Yeah,
of task.
definitely, definitely. Yes.
So uh, being a service-based company, they will already have a existing tool or existing site where they need to maintain it. Not only from the maintain,
Mm-hmm.
we have a support team for that. On top of it, they want some change. Let's say if uh, there is some there is some site we need to give some functionalities on top of
Hmm.
it, some jobs, some reports, and some functionalities, and so we need to work on that. This is how the culture of this service base. And if they will go will, let's say we have a tool which is very old, and let's upgrade it to the new version.
Hmm.
And so we will do the migration from legacy to the what the current version is going on.
Got
So
it. Okay. So now, like moving to Infosys. So when you move to Infosys, like say, how did you get into Infosys?
okay, uh, again my question is same. For me, I will just send my friend to career fair. I will apply from Naukri. So
Hmm.
nowadays we have multiple source, right? If I will say that this company is going for this, so I will apply multiple. This is how is it? So that's still not sure how I get the refill, but the discussion or the rounds is like the same. First, they will go with the technical. What is your current project? And
Hmm.
they will give you the basic question will be always there. This is how the interview will start. They will just first question either you are fresher or a experienced person. Just for the to calm it down, they will just start with uh, your introduction. For us, it's like a give your technical introduction directly. Means what you are working
Hmm.
on, how much experience, what is your current project, and they will ask why you are using this approach, why you have not that architecture on top of it, what are the how you are handling this sessions, or how you are calling the DB, whether you are using MVC or means how you are following the entity or you are calling Dapper. Means they will use this kind of what are the alternate ways what you are achieving in your current project, what are the alternate ways, and how you are handle like performance thing. And sometimes if They want to know whether you know every picture. They will ask you, can you tell me, once you pressed let's say google.com,
Hmm.
www.google.com, how things will happen in the background once you type, where it will go
Got it.
from the DNS to when it will load to your application server IIS. So what will happen in the background when the .NET lifecycle will come into picture, when the data will come to load. So they will keen to know whether you know the you know overall architecture, how the
Hmm.
things are going.
Yes.
But definitely they won't ask the what is a network question. They will come down to your technical, what you have worked on. So I feel even if you give 7 answer correct out of 10, you are in.
Hmm. So I think Narendra, you build a strong social connection with your friends, colleagues that help you to find a reference quickly, right? To get next job.
To be fair, maybe I don't have that much of connection, but in Naukri I will quite active. So there is, I'm not able to carry. There is one more site I'm not able to recollect now. So from I will apply from that also, and I have, so this is how's it.
Okay. So Narendra, you have worked with like three big giants,
Hmm.
Accenture, TCS, and Infosys.
Hmm.
So what is the cultural difference between these three? Like out of these three, which one is close to you, or which one you think is good to join? And what
Uh,
was your experience with these three?
Okay, interesting question. So everyone experience will might different based on their project, based on their colleagues and what work they are working on. So in between these three service-based company, if I need to rate among which is good, so I will give I will put Accenture in the top.
Hmm.
I will say that I am biased because I have spent more time in
Hmm.
of my career over
Right.
there. It's not about the work culture. It's because I have feel like I have spent 8 year. If I have 10 plus year
Hmm.
of experience, I spent eight over there. So I have not about the colleagues, my work, and so keeping that thing in mind, I'm giving Accenture in the top,
Hmm.
and then I will give the Infosys.
Okay.
In my current project, culture is good, and we have the work-life balance. And still in my project, this work from home is going on, so that is great.
Hmm.
Then I will rate TCS because I spend less time over there, so I feel in that way.
Okay. So is time is the only factor, or is there anything extra?
Uh, See, people, I know people who will say, if you feel that, they will give comparison between, I feel this company is good over that. They have their personal reasons because of their project, their
Hmm.
manager was not good, and their colleagues were not helping. They will give a different and reasons to why they put. For me, uh, means uh, is always not about the work you are working on, how your colleagues, your team member are supporting there, how your manager is.
Right.
So these things also come into matters when you are comparing, which company is good. So to keep in that, I will feel that Accenture is was good.
And out of these three, in terms of job security, this question might be irrelevant, but
Mhm.
considering current situation of layoffs happening left, right, and center, out of these three, which is the best? Like, in which company job security is more? Because there is no 100% thing, but
Correct.
in which you think job security is most?
Okay. So, even in service-based company, they will follow some bell curve. Like they will keep, at least they have, like 1% of people, they will give
Hmm.
PIP or some bad rating. They will keep a
Got
career
it.
review. Let's say you have 100 folks and they will keep 100 is let's say 1,000 people.
Hmm.
They will keep 10 people out of 10. They will, it's like they follow that, architecture. It's
Yes.
not, they will,
Hmm.
for those 10 people, they will tell them you are in PIP, you need to perform better. And out of 10, they will give, they will, they will throw you out instantly. five people or four or five people. It's not like this. This is
Mm-hmm.
how it is. In current scenario, if you Google it, also everyone says that TCS is a is kind of
Mm-hmm.
government project where they will keep you, and this is how.
Forever.
In even in COVID, those kind of situation,
Yes.
nowadays we can see there are more of layoff is going on. So I think being an Indian, people will good preference to those companies which are safe during those times, and they it's not like if your projects gone, they will not throw you out. Because in service based company, one good thing is that even if your project is gone, they will shift you to the another project directly. They have that much of bandwidth, or
Mm,
they will show that they must have that kind of bench strength. They will give a, suppose they got one new project, they can directly tell, hey guy, we have 1,000 people bench strength. They are sitting in the bench. If you give us the project, they can start from now only. This is how is it.
got
So
it.
in this
Got it.
company, they will keep a people always in the bench. This is how it is. For job security wise, I
Mm,
think TCS is all. This is a 1920 difference between TCS and Infosys. Then,
got it. Yeah, fair enough.
but again, if you
So,
are doing your work properly, you don't have to think about these, and it's
definitely.
that is not in our hand.
So, Narendra, like, can you let us know what are the perks working in MNCs that you get?
Perks wise, perks, yeah, in MNC, if you are, you will feel the difference if you are joining as a fresher and if you are
Mm-hmm.
joining as an experience. And so for
Got
me,
it.
I
Got it.
join as an expresser. So for me, it's kind of a new world to me. I moved to a
Mm-hmm.
different city. I'm totally independent, and my friends, my college friends are there. So those are kind of different happiness which you feel. So
Hmm.
MNC is like, you will, apart from work, they will give you a lot of things, like they will have sports area. They will every cricket, they will give you a lot of things to, so you are equipped with those things. Those kind
Hmm.
of, those are basic now, but you are feel free to, apart from your work, you will feel, you are utilizing those time here and there. You will
Got
have
it.
definitely birthday parties, do you events, so where you will feel like what's, this is the life. You will have a better night life in these are
Hmm.
as compared to those. And definitely these outings and these things are definitely depend on the personal preferences also. For me, it was great, so I feel in that way. So,
Okay. So, Narendra, let's take a break for 5 minutes and do a fun activity. After
okay.
that, I have like say two, three questions from Instagram. And after that, we will open the forum for audience. They have few questions. Okay. So just give me a second. Let me share my screen.
Sure, sure.
And so, guys, these photos are too old. We might look horrible, and I can't even recognize myself. So, yeah, Narendra, this is the first photo. If you can see,
Uh, I think
which
it's
year this is?
uh, mhm. 13, I was I think in 2011, 12. I'm not.
Uh, I think 2009 or 8. I think this is the photo of your, like say, when your sister was getting married. Uh,
So it will be college first year, 9, huh? 9 and 10 in between.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And this is like when we met in Delhi after
Yeah,
like say
yeah,
10 or 11
yeah.
years, right?
Or 11 years. It's before
So
COVID.
yeah, yeah.
This
So can
picture
you
even don't
recognize
have.
this?
Hey, even I don't have picture. This is our first, college bag which we bought this second hand, and we
Mhm.
went from here and there. We have a lot of memory with this bike. This is sent.
Yeah.
You you can
So
share.
is there any memory like, or you
How
remember
you
what time this is?
how you got this picture? This is not
So
only.
basically, this was the year 2010 when I came to Dehradun for
Okay.
our entrance exam, and
Hmm.
we went for a ride like to your college, and
Okay.
this was photo from that time.
But my college route is not like that, buddy. Just for highway.
we did we
Yeah,
did off-roading. we
not
did
like that.
off-roading just to click pictures.
But my college is
Yeah,
on highway and this proper is not the
yeah.
college route. Yeah.
Now this one.
Yeah. Uh, this is school time pick, buddy. This is
Mm-hmm.
Almora pick, right?
Hmm. Yes.
Once we used to go to Almora, my Didi was in there.
Hmm. Can you guess the year?
Yeah. School time. I think we must be 11th, I believe, 11th or 12th.
Hmm.
So
Yes.
2008 or 9, I believe.
Yes. Exactly. Exactly. So yeah, those were amazing time, and yeah, we used to do cheating in exam writing together. Our strategy was top notch.
I mean, being a KVN, and we just the things were there. Those were the time.
Yeah, yeah. We will discuss offline. Yeah. Okay. So then coming to questions from the Instagram. So
Okay.
basically, most of the questions were related to DSA. So,
Hmm.
like, what is your point of view on the like DSA? Like, because most of us are worried about the DSA part. So, what do you think? How much DSA is required? Is this something that we should worry of? Like, simply your point of view on the role of DSA to simply crack a job.
Okay. So for fresher, there are in college you will heard that if you will learn these things in things before the exam you will get it. But for DSA is kind of maths. You need to keep practice it,
Mm-hmm.
and you need to be very consistent with it. On the last day of preparation, you cannot, maybe for college exam that might be, but for interview it's very tough to crack. And for in starting in as a fresher, they won't ask you, they will go if you know the basic things, basic concepts like arrays. Those are common under DSA only arrays,
Mm-hmm.
list string. So those things keep practice, and you should know the concept, like basic concept. This we have this uh, brute force approach, divide and conquer, two fast pointers. So basically, you should know the concept. You cannot memorize, questions. You should know the concept, how things will be solved. If you know those part, this fine. So don't go with being a fresher. I think no one will ask you the system design, LLD, or the high level of backtracking, greedy algorithm, DP higher level of questions. So they won't ask you. Those are, let's say if you want to crack any company XYZ, if you Google it for a fresher, or let's say even 2 year of experience book also, you will get what kind of question they are getting. So you don't have to worry. But if you're not practicing, if you're not doing any practice, or you are not consistent, you are thinking, last 1 day or 1 week you are going to crack it. So then you have to worry. But if you are doing consistent, this is how it this
Right.
is how.
So this is what I am also spreading this awareness, Narendra.
Hmm.
So I am teaching students DSA these days. So
Okay.
I simply tell them to work on concepts
Hmm.
rather than on questions. If you remember, like in school days, like in maths especially, the maths teacher was simply he used to explain one concept and
Hmm.
tell us like to solve all those questions. But I never did that. I simply understand the concept, and I know that based on this concept I can solve any number of questions. So this I also want everyone to understand, simply understand the concept, solve one or two questions based out of that concept, and rest is like you will be able to do it after some tries. So don't worry more about DSA. It's just a simple thing, common thing that you will get to know eventually when you spend time.
Okay. And Rahul, I want to add one more thing. Uh, in my current company and in my previous company also, once you complete 5 level of experience, they
Mm-hmm.
will tell you to take the interviews also. So I have taken
Okay. Mm-hmm.
couple of interviews in Accenture and TCS also
Mm-hmm.
in my current company. So we for fresher, I think there's a different way of taking, but for
Right.
for 1 or 2 year of experience, or let's say less than 4 year of experience, if I'm taking the interview,
Mm-hmm.
so it's always start with like being the there will be always the we'll always start with the basic questions. If
Mm-hmm.
basic question, principles, these kind of terms, and later if will what current project is. So even I and my colleagues who are taking the interview, they won't deep dive into DSA that much. So
Got it.
like DP, this kind of question, they will just give you a basic question. So we will know if you know the your basic concept are clear, and you know how things are there. We know that you will handle it. So this is how it is. So you don't have to worry, that much. If you are targeting, Fang or top-notch company, then you have to keep practicing. And this is how their
Mm-hmm.
interview, they have that kind of first they will take the DSA, second round of DSA. Even they are if you going for top company, so this is how it is. But for mainly for major of the company in India, so they will start with the basic question for fresher: string, arrays, list.
Yeah.
These are the stipulation. If you
Got it.
crack top 100 question of Google for fresher, that is enough.
Yeah, same. Like, agree with you, Narendra. Yeah. So next question was Narendra. Like, say, I received many question about this topic. So most of them wants few tips related to interview, like basic things that they should do before or after, like say any interview.
See, interview. Okay, it's like see. I have seen people, they will mug it up, like they will. What are the things? They will just can remember if same question will come up just directly. Like I think if you can remember in school when we have the subject this.
Hmm.
So I don't know whether they are following the same or not. So our teacher used to give a copy that if we are going any for loop, they will tell us, just write for loop I equals to one. What is the value of
Yes.
count? What is the variable? Cross I then two. What is the value? So you need to have a vision of that. If you are doing any programming, you should have a view that how things are going on. You don't need to can remember that just how things are. You need to, if your basics are clear, it will be easy for you. You need to divide your tasks. Let's say if you're getting any questions, so if for if you're solving for the programming part, there are few concepts. Based on
Hmm.
that, there are multiple questions they can raise. And nowadays, if you see, you cannot remember each and every question. Definitely, they will change. It's like the in 10th class, we will have A set, B set, C set. So subject will be same, or the question will vary. This is how the programming is. They can change the question. The concept are always same. So if
Got
you
it.
know the, so you have to basic things should be there. And nowadays we for most of the companies they will take the online exam. So you have some time limitation. So you cannot
Hmm.
get it without the consistent way. So you if you are aware about the patterns, then it will be easy for you.
Right.
Concept basic
So,
concept is always the same.
right, basic concepts always helps.
Hmm.
So, Narendra, one last question. So, how to handle interviews rejections? So
So
basically, let me clarify this. So, for example, most of us, or even me, like say, for example, if we gave an interview and we got rejected, so sometimes we feel that we are useless, we can't do anything, or we can't even clear an interview. So, how to kill that feeling and move forward?
okay, so mm, so if you are going to be part of IT or this technology field. So rejection is a part of your life. Even nowadays, layoff is a part of life. This is how is it. If you have the skill,
Right.
in the next day or in 1 month, you will crack the other interview. So you should not your confidence should not shake it, or it should not have like that. If I'm getting rejected, I have seen people who has not selected with me in Accenture during those days. Uh, After 1 month, they are, or down the line, they are in a better position, or they have the other companies also. If you are keep doing hard work, this is how it will be. But one thing you should learn: what went wrong, what topic you have missed, so you can go just revisit those questions, so that next time when someone asks the same question, you should not, you should able to give the better answer of the same question, and just brush up your knowledge for those topic again. What went wrong? I've seen people who were rejected in the initial 15 interviews and 16. So it's, you need only one chance. That's what it. If you are getting rejected for 15 companies also, I have seen my friends are there, they will keep giving to you there. So how it's like, this is a part of life. Even if you are getting rejected, just keep a track of what question they are asked, what went well, what went wrong, and just keep a note down of it. Just brush up those things, and next be prepared for it. So it's not like that's a part, so you have to deal with it. So don't take that much. So I have seen my friends, down the line, eventually everyone will place somewhere, so you don't have to worry, but you should be consistent enough. Rahul, I think you are on mute.
Yeah, sorry. Thank you. So, Narendra, those were the questions that I received on the Instagram. So there
Mhm.
are few questions that few guys have posted. So one is like related to soft skills. So how important like are soft skill in order to get success as a software developer?
Uh, so, see, soft is not like, if you are in programming, means in IT, you are, it's just it's just a things which will, happen automatically. If you are means, the I think interview is the time where you have to, soft skill will matter the most, not the most. If you have program, so everything, if your programming concept is good, they will take you. It's I will say that 5 to 10%, if I need to give it in that way, 5 to 10% is just focus on that. That is
On
fine if you
soft
know.
skills.
For soft skills, if I know that if I'm taking the interview, I have taken the interview in that way only. If I feel that it is taken, so I will just take the time. And if you are giving answer to some question, let's say if they will ask what are the principle or what is the question, so in that time you will give the technical answer or those answers. So for that, you know those things, for that you will be using those kind of technical words which you know. And this is, for that I think,
Hmm.
how to express, so
Interesting.
yeah. So don't think that it's the only thing. If your soft skill are very good and your programming is not that much, then there's no use. But if you are programming good, your soft skill are okay, then fine, novel will say.
So Narendra, I am partially agree with you. Like say your coding skills should be good. Like say there is no question or discussion on that. But if your soft skills are good, so
Hmm.
that will help you to put you ahead among your peers. Because I have seen people succeeding in life only say like say not only, but the factor was their confidence and how well spoken they are. So if you are presentable in a meeting and you are describing a question or a problem to a manager in a better way, so that will definitely put you ahead. Because see, if there is any next client meeting or next any meeting, you will be the top choice or top preference of your manager or of your company. If they have to do some promotional kind of stuff, you will be the top choice. So soft skill is the thing that will always help you to grow in your career, in your life, in everywhere. It's the skill that is not only required for software development, but in your family, in your relationship, anywhere you
Yeah,
see, soft
yeah.
skill will always help you anywhere. So there is no like say no escape on this soft skill. Simply work on it. I am also working on it. So soft skill, as per me, this is the most important thing after coding, because
Mhm.
if you are not able to explain your code, you are not able to explain the problem, then you will suffer, your project will suffer, your company will suffer, and everyone will suffer, and eventually you have to face the consequences. So simply work on soft skills, it will take you ahead. So yeah. uh, so then there is one more question. So
Okay.
how often should we change a company?
Okay. So although I've stayed 18 in one company, so I will
Mhm.
suggest that I will, I know my friends who have changed, I will say 8 companies in 10 years. So I have know my friends, I know few people, and I have seen,
Yeah, same,
even
me
taking
too.
my example also, I was there in a company with 8 year. So I feel that in definitely people will have their personal choices. If they are
Hmm.
getting work from home and they are getting what they want, they can stay. But usually I have seen the trend, usually in 2 3 years people will switch from one company to another. But definitely if you are working in a, the technology or the work you want, so that's fine to stay in that company. But 2 3 years the standard, I have seen people will go from switch from here and there. But if your life, if you are, if you are want to work from your home in your local city, and you don't, so in that case you don't have that much of choice. Because so
Hmm.
in that case you will, based on your preference. But I have seen in Bangalore, in the most in I have friends in Hyderabad and Pune also. So 3 year, I will say that this is a common point where people will
Yes,
plan or people will think of.
agree. So yeah, I think I have also read somewhere the ideal time is 2 years. In 2 year, you can plan to have a switch. And if you are single person and not married, not have any plans to get married in next 1 year, like say switch anytime you want. Because if you love your company, like, that's a very bad thing, because these days you can't love your company, simply love your package, love your work. If any other place you are getting an opportunity, and like say go for it, don't think twice, because like say at the end, you are the, like, you are more important to yourself rather than like to your company. So always put yourself first before anything. That's it. Okay, so one interesting question just came up, Narendra. I think you might be able to answer it. Like,
Okay,
how
how
to,
to,
yeah,
okay, let me rephrase it. How to manage daily studies along with the office
office
work.
work.
Yes. So, as I mentioned earlier, so if you are studying, so down the line you are thinking to change your company, right? So they will ask your, if you are changing from different technology to different technology, then it's different story. But if you are planning to change from the same technology, so whatever work you are doing, so just focus on that work and be like what patterns you are using, how things are going on. You should go for with that. So in office are also you are learning, means if you want field you are learning also. What, suppose you are working on some task, how things are happening, just learn those also. I think apart from office, if you are studying 2 hours, so that is fine. And definitely there will be some days where you have to stretch it out due to the deadlines, you have to work more. There will be some time 1 or 2 day you will not able to study, so that is fine. But try to work
Yeah.
2 hours is sufficient.
So that's amazing, Narendra, because this is also coming in my mind. Same thing. If you are trying to make a switch in your existing technology, do your work in such a way that no one can do better than you. Simply, that's it. This is the only way to learn, because you spend 8 hours in your company, in your job, and if you like say think like that, in 8 hours I will learn and do, that's the best that you can do. Because after job you will only get 2 or 3 hours, you cannot do much on that. So
Okay.
simply do your job in such a way no one can do it better than you. That's it.
Correct.
Okay. uh, Next question is, yeah, how to switch from developers profile to a manager profile.
Uh, so I personally feel that I was an associate manager in Accenture, and where I think in when I was TL also, there were 10 to 15 peoples which I am their deployment team, those things. So and in my current project I'm a individual contributor for for freshers, like where you have to work what task is assigned to you. You are not leading your team, but you are responsible for your own task. So eventually down the line, you will go in that yeah, role only. Don't think like as a fresher or 2 3 year of experience, I will move to the manager role. It will eventually down the line you will handle, which after 5 6 or let's say 10 years, they will give you that role only. They won't expect
Hmm.
year of experienced people to do some tasks. Then so eventually you will go in that architect manager. These are the roles where you will be heading to. But down the line, I would insist for freshers or those who are in the initial days of their career, learn as much as you can, so that when and go through these things. Don't think that when I will become the architect or the manager, because these things where you will fall into soon. But try, for what I experienced, try to push as far as it can, so that more things ground how things are in there. But once you become
Hmm.
the manager, it will become your responsible to not only give the solutions to those things and how the things will be handled. So those, I feel those are more pressure job as compared to the development, where you are responsible for your own
Yes.
task rather than the entire project and those things.
Yeah. So, Sushant, same point from my side also, but I will add one thing extra. So, if you wanted to switch your profile to manager profile, don't wait for anyone to tell that, hey, Sushant, do you want to manage people? Instead, start managing people. If something came up, tell your manager or tell your senior, I will do this, I will manage, so that they will say, why don't you do this job, or why don't you manage? So simply don't wait your profile to switch to manager. It's all here. Okay, simply change your mind that you are a manager, and you will become a manager. That's it. So Narendra, two more question after that. Uh, Guys, if you want to speak up, tell me. Like, I will add up you, and you can simply directly interact with us. So, anyone want to have a conversation? Simply let me know, or you can type yes or hi. I will add up you in this screen. So, Narendra, one last question to you. There are two
Mhm.
questions. One I wanted you to take. Next, I will take.
Okay.
So, there is one question. Let me add it up. So basically, there is someone who is asking that he didn't like to talk to anybody in office except work related. How to deal with that? Because I think this is impacting his rating or hikes. So, what suggestion do you
So
give?
during my when I was in Accenture, I know one person who is don't he's not interested in office parties, or he will always try to avoid as much as can. No social gathering. I will feel kind of introvert. And even if it's kind of mandatory, so in our team, everyone, because of the team gathering, everyone has to come and join this Friday party. He will come for 5-10 minutes or 15 minutes max, so just he will go in that way. But it's didn't if impact his performance, and he was a good employee. In during every time he got the proper appraisal and promotions. So even if you are don't taking your personal life in the office, that is fine. It's up to you. It's how you are. It's up to you. It's always a personal choice. And the second part was is I don't think your uh, this behavior will impact your rating and hikes. But if someone is coming to you for some office related work, like we need to solve this, and you are not assisting your team member, then definitely if that will come in a negative way.
Hmm.
But if you are introvert, and if you are not want to connect with them offline, so that is your choice. But I have seen this will definitely, I am not seeing kind of things around me, or I know some person who has affected because of he's not talking offline with other folks. So definitely it won't impact in IT.
Hmm. Yeah, definitely. So sometimes, Narendra, I want to add few things. So I think, see, there are two things. Means there are two kind of people.
Mm.
One is if he don't like to talk to anyone, he will show that thing with his or her action. So suppose suppose I am that person. If someone is coming to me, I will give them a negative response, a negative feeling, a negative vibe that will affect that person, that will put things in his mind that I am not a good person. I am always, say, repelling people, that I don't want to connect. But inside me, I don't want that. I simply want to do my stuff alone. This is one situation, and this is very bad situation. Okay. And another situation is I am telling them politely. Like if someone is coming to me, I am being nicer to him, and at same time I am simply telling him in a good way that I don't like this, I don't want this, I simply want to focus on my work, so that my image in his mind is like this, like say that Rahul is a very hardworking person. He doesn't want to spend his time other than work. Rather than Rahul is a arrogant person. He doesn't want to spend any time with anyone. So it's completely up to us what kind of image we build on other people. So simply be positive, give positive responses with a smiling face, and things will fine, because everyone is human, right?
Correct.
So if you show negative emotion, other person will sense it. There is no way that he cannot sense. So if you are positive, your intentions are positive, things will be positive. If your intentions are negative, negative things will happen. Okay, so then there is one question this I wanted to take up, because this is something that is related to front end. So someone is asking that, do front end developers require DSA knowledge or concepts? So भाई इसके लिए मैं ये बताऊंगा कि डीएसए वर्ड को जरा अपने मन में जोर से पढ़ो. डेटा स्ट्रक्चर्स एंड एल्गोरिथम्स, हर एक वर्ड का अपना अपना मतलब है. डेटा स्ट्रक्चर्स, अगर तुम एक सॉफ्टवेयर इंजीनियर हो तो तुम्हें पता होने चाहिए कि क्या डेटा स्ट्रक्चर्स हैं. एरेज, लिंक लिस्ट, ट्रीज, ग्राफ, क्यूज. ठीक है, ये डेटा स्ट्रक्चर्स हैं. तुम्हें पता होने चाहिए ये हैं क्या, हर एक का क्या एप्लीकेशन है, कब कौन सा यूज करना चाहिए. ठीक है. अब बात आती है कॉन्सेप्ट्स की, तो कॉन्सेप्ट्स भी पता होने चाहिए. ठीक है. तुम्हें कॉम्पिटिटिव प्रोग्रामिंग डीएसए से रिलेट नहीं करनी है, वो एकदम अलग चीज है. ठीक है, वो तुम्हें नहीं करनी है. और तुमको लिंक लिस्ट, ग्राफ, ट्रीज, इनके क्वेश्चंस भी ज्यादा इंप्लीमेंट नहीं करने हैं, तुम्हें बस कॉन्सेप्ट्स पे ध्यान देना है, दैट्स इट। और फ्रंट एंड के लिए तो कॉम्पिटिटिव प्रोग्रामिंग भी इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है, ठीक है। तुम्हें बस एरेज के क्वेश्चंस आने चाहिए और ज्यादा से ज्यादा स्टैक क्यूज, दैट्स इट। क्योंकि अगर तुम्हें ट्रीज, ग्राफ ये सब कभी बनाने पड़े तो तुम ऑब्जेक्ट और एरेज ही यूज करोगे। सो सिंपली फोकस ऑन योर लॉजिक स्किल्स, एरेज, एंड दैट्स इट। अगर मैं डीएसए को ब्रेक करूं तो एरेज को तो मैं काउंट ही नहीं करता हूँ, वो एकदम सिंपल डेटा स्ट्रक्चर है, ठीक है, वो हर किसी को आना चाहिए। अगर तुम्हें एरेज के प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व नहीं हो रही है तो इट्स अ रेड फ्लैग, ठीक है। अपनी लॉजिक्स बिल्ड करो, एरेज से तुम कभी नहीं बच सकते हो, ठीक है। उसके बाद आते हैं सिंपल डेटा स्ट्रक्चर, स्टैक एंड क्यूज। बहुत ही सिंपल है, इनको तो तुम मास्टर ही कर सकते हो। उसके बाद जो थोड़ा सा कॉम्प्लेक्स है वो है लिंक लिस्ट। मैं तो कहता हूँ ज्यादा मत सोचो लिंक लिस्ट के बारे में, जब कभी इंटरव्यू में क्वेश्चन आएगा पास कर दो कि नहीं आता, ठीक है। सिंपली अपने लॉजिक्स पे वर्क करो और तुम हर क्वेश्चन सॉल्व कर लोगे भाई। जरूरी नहीं कि तुम हमेशा लिंक लिस्ट से ही कोई प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व करो, एरे से कर दो, बोल दो लिंक लिस्ट नहीं ध्यान आ रहा अभी, दैट्स इट। क्योंकि रेयरली तुम लिंक लिस्ट वगैरह यूज करोगे फ्रंट एंड इंजीनियरिंग में। सो डोंट वरी अबाउट इट, सिंपली अपने लॉजिक्स पे वर्क करो, वो तुम्हें काम आएगा। तो ठीक है गाइज, अगर कोई हमें ज्वाइन करना चाहता है तो बताओ, आई विल ऐड हिम, अदरवाइज वी कैन रैप दिस कॉल। और कोई क्वेश्चन अगर टेक्स्ट भी करना है तो। ठीक है नरेंद्र, आई थिंक सब ने अपने अपने डाउट्स पूछ लिए हैं। एंड अगेन थैंक्स, थैंक्स फॉर योर वैल्यूएबल टाइम। और अगर तुम्हारे पास कोई विजडम है शेयर करने के लिए, या क्लोजिंग स्टेटमेंट जो तुम बच्चों को बोलना चाहो, जो दे कैन यूज टू एक्सेल इन योर, एक्सेल इन देयर लाइफ।
Yeah, so yeah, okay. So, nowadays I feel it's not about the colleges, it's always about the how much you have, hard work you have put on, how is, basic, how you good you are, how good are your concept, and just maintain the decent mark in college, then you are good to go. And there was something I was carrying the other day in somewhere. So they have maintained that like that. If you see in tier three, tier two, tier one, or even in the international colleges, the curriculum is same. They will teach you the same data structure. They will go to the arrays, linked list. These are concepts are same everywhere. So what difference is there? Nowadays we have the books. You will get the same. You can get the same books also. Even uh, you can get the lecture of Harvard, those kind of colleges also. So what difference? Where is the difference? The difference is what they mentioned is like what people you are surrounded with. First thing is like if they are they are also eager to learn, they are doing practice, so you will also come into that way, and you need to work always in a consistent way. 1% daily, I will say that one question a daily, that is fine. So it will definitely help you.